Aha. Mistress Bear, will you be venturing forth today? Do be sure to take care if so. They say the star shower was harmless. One can never be too careful. But I concede it is not for me to tell the Warrior of Darkness how to look after herself. Old habits, you understand. Ah, Corey, how very opportune. Greetings, my friend. Do you perchance have a moment to spare? Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted to thank you, you see, for revealing to us the truth of the Warriors of Light. After all these years, your tale set the record straight. Finally, the people see them as the great heroes they were. Or the great hero he is, in case of Ardbert. You too were surprised to see him, I think? Ardbert would never look that mean. At the time, I was not certain what to make of it all, but I could see the effect his words had on those around me. And then the stars rained down from the sky, and, well, you know the rest. When the commotion died down, you were nowhere to be seen, but I was determined to express my gratitude, and so here I am. Thank you for giving voice to the truth and restoring the Warriors of Light to their rightful place in history. Should you, perhaps, wish to have your account of these matters committed to writing, I would be more than willing to serve as your scribe. Indeed, if there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only say the word. I am sad that Ardbert's memory is just being thrown around like this. He just seems to be getting kind of the shit end of the stick. Oh yeah. What can you tell me about the Warriors of Light? I beg your pardon? You wish to ask me about the Warriors of Light? Forgive me, but I dare say you already know more about them than any living soul, save for Ardbert himself, of course. Unless you refer to the Warriors of Light more broadly? If so, I may yet be able to assist you in some small way. Excellent. I shall return to the cabinet at once and look up the relevant text. Pray, join me at your earliest convenience. No rest for the righteous, it would seem. Do not let me keep you, miss. I bid you a pleasant day. Ah, excellent timing. I have but this moment finished gathering the materials for our lesson. As great many works make reference to the Warriors of Light, I shall, with your permission, focus only upon the details that seem most relevant. The Warriors of Light, you say? Forgive us, but we couldn't help overhearing. We've been out keeping watch over the Crystarium, but it seems to be business as usual. So I thought I'd spend some time brushing up my knowledge of familiars, and Alphino volunteered to help. I actually came on a different errand, but I'd be interested in hearing about the Warriors of Light as well. May I join you? Of course, of course. The more the merrier. If you would care to find a table below, I shall be down with the books in a moment. Story time. Were one to pore over the annals of Vrantic history, one would note the comparatively frequent reoccurrence of individuals hailed as warriors of light. Albert and his comrades require no introduction, but many others bore the epithet long before them. To name a few, there was Tothwyl, legendary first king of Lakeland, Broadford, and Sallard, the fabled drawn and gallant duo of Vobert. And no list of Randic heroes would be complete without the Archmage Tiuna of Ronka. In older texts, she too was called a warrior of light. It did surprise me how ready people were to forget the negative associations of the title, but it makes sense if it's been around for centuries. Fairly. In ages past, it was simply a synonym for hero. In the wake of the flood, however, light came to be regarded with fear, the title used not to exalt, but to revile. A far cry from its beginnings. This, my friends, is Norvon's oldest epic, the original tale of the struggle between good and evil. In a time when all lay shrouded in darkness, a prophesied hero rose to deliver the world from its doom. Fighting in the name of the light, the hero styled himself its foot soldier, and thus did he come to be known as the Warrior of Light. Curiously, in the centuries that followed, other heroes appeared who claimed the selfsame epithet, despite sharing no discernible connection with their predecessors. And in time, Warrior of Light came to be a name according to all men and women of uncommon skill and valor. Well, well, the plot thickens. As you know, the title of Warrior of Light is also used in the source. Though the manners in which individuals have earned it are many and varied, heroes have been honored thus since antiquity. Nor does the custom show any sign of dying out, as you can well attest. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It surely can't be a coincidence. Indeed not. Let us imagine a man who has awakened to the echo and is able to hear Heidelin's voice. As she styles him, so too does he style himself, a warrior of light. Of course, being blessed with the echo does not in itself make one a hero. And conversely, there will have been no few heroes who were not blessed with it. But such distinctions are immaterial to the masses, and over time they came to use the title Warrior of Light and the word hero interchangeably. Sounds about right. It would be interesting to see if the theory holds true in the other worlds, if crossing the rift were that easy. Oh, that makes I forget that there are other worlds now. There are other people out there. She did. I've never heard her voice myself, but I can feel her presence, perhaps through Menphilia. At any rate, assuming all of this is true and there's a common thread behind the epithet, I doubt the Ascians will have been amused. To have the world at large associate light, and by extension Heidelin, with good, must have had an insult to injury. Ahem. While this discussion is undeniably fascinating, I wonder, should I be privy to it? Mayhap it would be better if I excused myself? Oh, no need for that, my friend. Pray accept our apologies. Your lesson on the Warriors of Light has given us much to ponder. Oh, did someone say Warriors of Light? Is there a child over here that's been listening to us? Rikitsuyo, are you all right? My precious tomes. Did I not say you must take care in the cabinet? Oh, she's a cutie. You too, Archie, Airwell. We're sorry, Master Morin. The Warrior of Darkness. That's me. My name's Rikitio, and I want to help everyone. Please, tell me what I have to do to be a hero, to be a warrior of light. So, I want to be a warrior of light, but not one that fights with a sword and all that. No, I want to be the kind that fights with potions and heals people, an apothecary. And I'm going to help everyone in the Crystarium. No, in all of Norbon. When I told Arkil and Earwell this, they said that the cabinet should have lots of tomes about potions. But this place is so big, and we don't have the faintest idea where to begin searching. At this rate, I'm not going to get anywhere. If one knew where to look, one should indeed be able to find treatises on potions here. Even so, I fear they may prove a little difficult for one so young, but... Esteemed Warrior of Darkness, perhaps you might accompany young Rikitio to Spagrix? Rather than through tomes, I believe she stands to learn more by observing the Chirurgions at their work. Sounds like a plan. Okay. I'll have you know I'm really fast. Oh, I'm gonna be the rotten egg? Okay, well. Well now, to what do I owe the pleasure of so many bright-eyed visitors? Is that the way of it, sweetie? You wish to learn about medicine? That's right. I want to become a warrior of light who uses potions to help people all over the world. Well, that is a very noble endeavor, and you aren't alone in it. No few at our infirmary yearn to venture forth as warriors of light, but ultimately, they have all decided not to pursue that dream. Huh? Why? Because the people here need them too, sweetie. The guards who place themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, the artisans who toil tirelessly that we might sustain our way of life, and younglings like you, who are the future of the Crystarium. They couldn't simply abandon them, you see. And so, difficult though it was, they made the decision to remain. Then, does this mean my dream isn't any good? Oh, sweetie, yours is a wonderful dream, and it would be my pleasure to help you pursue it. If we all work hard, the day will come when our Chirurgians may step forth to aid folk in every corner of the realm. As we strive towards that day, I hope that we can rely upon you as well. Though I must warn you, ours is not an easy path. No, you must work very, very hard. I'm not afraid of hard work. I'll become the best apothecary ever. Just you watch. That's the spirit. Without further ado, then, may I entrust you with a task? I have placed an order at Sweet Sieve for a potion ingredient, and I would like you to go and collect it. Oh, an ingredient. Leave it to me, miss. My, such an abundance of energy. Though I can't help wonder if she'll be all right by herself. My apologies, but would you mind accompanying her? When you arrive at Sweet Safe, speak with a woman named Gracine, and she will point you in the right direction. I shall join you. As the one who suggested this course to Rikitio, I would assist in her first steps. And what about the two of you? Are you coming along? Well, we do want to become warriors of light, just not the same as Riki. So we'll wait for you here, Warrior of Darkness. When you return, please teach us how to fight. In that case, Marine and I shall keep them company and take the opportunity to ask about their aspirations. If it isn't the Warrior of Darkness herself, may I assume you're with Master Alphino? Right. Lest you wonder, Chesameel's order is for grapes. As busy as we have been of late, however, I regret to say we didn't have the time to harvest them. So it was with apologies that I asked Master Alphino and his young companion to help themselves to the fruits on the vines. Perhaps you could lend them a hand? It's the undersized grapes you'll want to pick. They're too small for normal consumption, but suitable for making wine and medicine. The wine is the important part. Oh, you're here too? We're picking little grapes. It's quite fun. Here you go. Oops. My dogs are still... My dog came also. Wow, you picked this many already? Amazing! I dare say we have enough between us. Shall we take them back to Chesameel? Haha, I can't wait to see what she's going to do with them. Tell me, Riki, what made you want to become an apothecary and warrior of light? Why? Well, a while ago I fell sick. Really sick. My body was burning up, and I felt so weak I couldn't even get out of bed. Then a traveling apothecary came and gave me a potion to drink. It was the foulest thing I'd ever tasted, but it made me get better. She was so brave, the apothecary, I mean. She went around taking care of people even when it was dangerous, and I decided I wanted to help people, just like her. So I started brewing potions out of grass and giving them to my friends, but I didn't really know what I was doing or if there was anything else I could do. Then, not long ago, a neighbor told me he was going to become a warrior of light and go traveling the world, helping people. And I thought, that's the same thing that I want to do. I see. Out of curiosity, what did your neighbor do in the end? Baylor? I haven't seen him for a bit, so he must be out there looking for people to help. Baylor, one of the guards awakened by the star shower. Thank you for sharing your tale with us, Rikitio. I myself took inspiration from one not unlike your traveling apothecary, and I hope her good example will spur you on to realize your dreams. But it will not be done in a day. Such lofty goals are reached through hard work and persistence, through countless little acts of heroism, like delivering the grapes to Chesameel. It would seem I have been laboring under a misapprehension. I had convinced myself it was Elidibus who had sowed the desire to become warriors of light within the hearts of the people. But I see now that the impulse to aid their fellow man abided within them from the first. Elidibus did no more than give it a name. And as he was so kindly proclaimed, we must return to our own world ere long. With the Exarch laboring tirelessly, I doubt not but a way will be found. Yet, I believe I speak for all of us when I say I cannot leave in good conscience, not until we have dealt with Elidibus. This is no longer a strange and distant land after all. Noravant has become as home to us and her people our own. Let us return to Spagarix. It won't do to keep our admirers waiting. My thanks for your kind help, sweetie. We now have all the ingredients we require. From the grapes, we shall make a vinegar, to which we will add elfgrass and a few other herbs to produce an invigorating syrup. Though it's unspeakably sour, it does wonders for the constitution. As part of her studies, I may just have to give Rikitio a little taste. Hee hee. Warriors of Darkness, if you've finished helping Riki, won't you show us some fighting? Not play fighting, but honest to God's fighting. We already have some enemies that you can deal with. Vampire bats. The guards say they've become a pest around the Crystarium of late. We tried to sneak outside to hunt them, but the guards caught us and sent us home. But they shouldn't mind if you were doing the fighting and we were just watching. The children told us as much while you were away, and in preparation, Chesamil kindly furnished us with some lures for the bats. While the creatures won't give you any sport, bear in mind that the younglings will be watching. That's to say, put on a good show, yes? Right, let's head outside at once. Everyone follow me. I'll say, wait, just a... Come on then, children. Everyone's here. Good, let's get started, shall we? As their name suggests, vampire bats feed on blood, and originally being nocturnal creatures, they've grown more active with the return of night and become a nuisance. To draw them out, we'll use Chesamil's lures, which work by exploiting their heat-seeking behavior. The bats are wont to nest under the eaves, so you are likely to attract more if you place the lures near buildings. I use 6 lures, 3 each for you and me. As proof of a successful kill, I want you to gather up their fangs. Whoever collects the most is the winner. Oh, you're hunting too? Yes, well, there's nothing like friendly competition to bring out the best in Corey. Anyway, while we hunt the bats, the 2 of you are to stay with Rain. She's really strong too and will keep you safe. Well fought. The children were hanging on your every move. And was I, to be honest. Though I know the tally, may I see your fangs for good measure? Did I win? Apologies for the wait. 9 fangs. Not a bad haul, even if I do say so myself. Five, 6, 7. 7 fangs from Alice. I only had 4 fangs. Oh, 5 fangs. I collected 5 fangs. Oh. I was supposed to collect more fangs than her. Okay, well, that's fine. You didn't even try, did you? She's so angry at us. And there I was taking it seriously. Spare me your pity next time, will you? I did. I only had 5 show up. So, children, you've now seen the Warrior of Darkness in action. What are your impressions? She's incredible, miss. The bats were down before they even knew it. Our guards are strong, but the Warrior of Darkness is much, much stronger. We want to be just like her. Good. If you're looking for an example to emulate, you may as well pick the best. I want you to remember how you felt when you watched Corey and train hard. Keep at it for long enough and you'll be strong too. If you don't mind telling us, when did you decide that you wanted to become Warriors of Light? Well, we were there listening with everyone when Ardward appeared, but I've wanted to be strong since before I came to the Crystarium. The Sin Eaters killed my father and my sister, see? And I promised myself I'd learn how to protect people one day. Like Ardward said, this is our home. We're the ones who have to protect it. We're the ones who have to rise up as new Warriors of Light. What about you, Arky? Me? To be honest, I'm still not sure what I want to do. But if my friends are in trouble, I know that I would want to help them. And I want to go on adventures with them. See the world together. Our kill is girl. That's a wonderful goal. You really think so? It's hard to explain, but it's something I felt when I saw the star shadow the other day. I felt as though there was something I'd lost and that I had to go out there and find it. Well, for the both of you, there's nothing for it but to train. When we return to the city, I'll teach you some exercises you can do by yourselves. Thanks for showing us your fighting skills, Warrior of Darkness. We'll never forget it. Bye. I understand how Arkiel feels. The star shower didn't awaken me to Heidelin's voice, but that vision of the final days of Amarat burning, it filled me with sadness to the very pit of my being. Things I once knew, people I once loved, promises I once made. It felt as though long-forgotten memories were dancing at the edges of my mind. But when I try to focus on them, they simply fade away. An effect of having a fractured soul, I shouldn't doubt. But lest you worry, I'm perfectly happy to remain fractured, and have no intention of donning an Ascian mask. I just wish we knew what Elidibus was plotting. But look at this pair of incurable brooders. If we're going to stand around lost in thought, we may as well do it back in the city. Rest assured, Reen and I will take the children from here. Their heads will be in the clouds after meeting you, but we'll see to it their feet remain firmly planted on the ground. Alice? You okay? Oh, nothing. It's just a dizzy spell. Seems I tried too hard to beat you. They're all having dizzy spells. Thancred had a dizzy spell too. And didn't Urianger also have a dizzy spell? Oh man, they're all gonna die on me. As you ponder Alisaie's words, you are taken by an urge to revisit the scene of that fateful meeting.
Why am I... Was it you who called me here?
This headache thing. On behalf of the convocation, I bid you welcome to our order. At times you will stand with us, at times you will stand against us, all that you might steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. For yours is the seat of Elidibus, the emissary, and by this name shall your every action be guided. Elidibus the emissary.
So you peered into my memories. No matter. You will have found little of import. But I see you intended to summon me here no more than I intended to come. The fault is mine. Such is the burden of hope.
Give back Artbert's body.
What fool would relinquish his weapon on the eve of battle? That which I do is no different from that which you have done so many times, Warrior of Darkness. I arm myself, I hone my skills, I make ready to vanquish my enemy. You.
Me? What did I do?
You who have murdered my brothers.
Oh, right,
who
I
have
did.
taken their selfless labors in service to the one true world and turned them to ash. I see you for what you are. You are death, and only in death shall you serve any purpose.
He has a point. I've been kind of a dick to
The
him.
convocation charged me to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. As Elidibus, it is my duty, and I shall see it done. I will strike you down. Destroy you body and soul. All else must wait. Ere long I will come for you, Warrior of Darkness. And I will save the world. One last matter. I bore witness to your final struggle with Emet-Selch. It seemed as if he saw something familiar in you. As if he mistook you for another.
Oh, hi, Flotius? Called me his new old friend. Hi, Flotius?
No. I recall not of whom he spoke. Mayhap I never knew you. Or mayhap it is another fragment lost.
Ah, I wasn't aware you already had a guest. If the conversation is constructive, I shall not intrude.
Oh, do you see this? He's turning more into
But
crystal.
if you seek to stir up trouble, Elidibus, then I must insist you leave at once.
Look at his other arm. Is that from trying to send us back?
Though you lack her blessing, your soul is surprisingly dense.
Worry not. I seem to be unharmed. This is my own doing. The consequence of my recent exertions. It is the tower's way of compensating me for the demands I have placed on it. Rest assured, it is no great inconvenience at present. Indeed, I told Beck Lug as much, but they would not be persuaded and sent me away to rest. No need to make a fuss.
You're
Strange as it may
glowing.
sound, I consider it something of a badge of honor.
You're glowing, Graha.
One of the brave souls who saw me delivered unto the first once said that the world shall ever have a place for tales of heroism so long as we have need of inspiration in our lives. Though he and his fellows had no way of knowing whether their mad scheme would amount to anything, they knew that the attempt alone would inspire hope. Or so they hoped. A more optimistic lot one would be hard-pressed to find. They said they would find a means to save our God's forsaken world, just as soon as they had sent me on my way. Said it with such confidence that, for a fleeting moment, I half believed them. Such faith, such courage in the face of unrelenting despair. For a long time, it was more than I could bear to remember them. But having come this far, having sent full many on their way myself, I see things more clearly. To take action is to hope. To believe, to choose to believe, is to take the first step towards a brighter future. And why do I tell you this? Because I want you to indulge me in a little recklessness.
So that you can be more
Needless
crystallized?
to say, I have a plan. And when all is said and done, I will ask yet another favor of you.
You're both here.
Oh, goodness.
Thank goodness.
What's wrong?
It's Thancred. He's collapsed.
Oh, he was... He was the first one to get dizzy. Now they're all collapsing all over again. Maybe somebody's calling them back on the first. The fates seem determined not to allow us a quiet moment. But come, let us have the details from Reen. Okay. It happened after Alice and I saw the children back to Spagarix. We chanced to meet Thancred there returning from his mission. He'd been shadowing Elidibus around the realm, only to lose sight of him near the Crystarium. And he was in the middle of telling us where he'd been when he just crumpled to the ground. The Chirigians are looking after him now, with Alphino standing by, just in case his healing magics are needed. Since I couldn't do anything to help, I thought it best to find you, and the guard at the Excedra told me where to look. I see. It cannot have been easy leaving Thancred's side. My thanks for bearing word to us. Come, let us hurry to Spagarix. Oh, he's back. I thought he was still collapsed. They dragged you here too, did they? My apologies. How do you feel? Embarrassed, but otherwise well enough. I won't be staying overnight. This episode was not the result of any injury I could find. Thancred's ether, however, did show signs of instability, and I did what I could to calm the fluctuations. And all of this happened without warning? Not exactly. You will doubtless recall the time Urianger nearly drowned, and I gallantly went to his rescue. When his water-walking charm failed, he was tired, as were you when you got back. We were both spent, yes, on account of which you begged us to rest, which in retrospect may have been a good idea. The fact is, I've been experiencing rather regular bouts of lightheadedness ever since, but there was no actual fainting until now. As Alphino observed, I have no lingering injuries, and is most assuredly isn't old age, which leaves but one likely cause. The link between body and soul has weakened further. Time grows short. We must complete the spirit vessel with all haste. To that end, might I trouble you to make a trip to the source? In addition to looking in on our friends' bodies, I would have you consult Kryl about our plan. If she has any concerns, we should at least endeavor to address them prior to proceeding. In the meantime, we should get back to laying bare Elidibus's plot. Thus far, I have learned this much, that in each of the places he has visited, there have been sightings of suspicious black-clad strangers. Moreover, the coming of these shady individuals has invariably coincided with some matter of misfortune. Beasts terrorizing settlements, blight ravaging crops, you know, that sort of thing. All of which serves rather conveniently to make Elidibus's call for new heroes reverberate that much more loudly in the hearts of his audience. And you think these black-clad strangers are Ascians? I do, and I fully intend to investigate further, though for that I should require additional feet on the ground. You can count on mine. God knows I've been itching to get out there for a while. Mayhap Urianger, too, can be prevailed upon to join in on your efforts? He has already provided copious guidance on the matter of the spirit vessel's construction. It is for Beg Look and I to wrestle with the rest. Well, if you can spare the old boy, we may as well make use of him. I'll go and give him the good news. You'll do no such thing. However heedless you are of your own well-being, if you care at all for Reen's feelings, you'll stay in bed until you're needed. Alphino and I will find Urianger. Oh, she's gonna be so sad when he leaves. All being well, we have news to share by the time you return. Safe travels. Hataru! Corey, what excellent, awful timing. You see, our friends, they've taken a turn for the worse. Kryl's hardly had a moment's rest these past few days. No. She didn't want everyone to worry, so we've been keeping it quiet. But listen to me. I call myself a receptionist and I haven't even bothered to ask you why you're here. That's a rue. So, they think the spirit vessel will be ready soon? And they want to make sure there are no problems at this end? You better talk to Kryl. She's with the others in Dawn's Respite. Let's go and see her. Just prepare yourself, alright? Okay. Prepare myself for what? Decaying bodies? Are they bleeding? Out the butthole?
Excuse us.
Oh, Tasharu. Why is it so dark in here? How do you heal in the dark? Trial?
This way.
Can we take a flashlight or something?
I would rather you hadn't seen this.
I'm sorry. We have urgent tidings.
Oh, no, I'm not angry with you. On the contrary. I know full well how hard everyone has been searching for a way to return home. And I had hoped to afford you the time you needed. But given our friend's present state, perhaps it was for the best that you came.
We can heal. We have healing stuff.
Stiff and cold, all of them. As if they were made of wax. Barely alive at all.
Oh no.
And they had been doing so well. Save for occasional signs of etheric instability, they appeared to be in passable health. Then, quite without warning, things took a turn for the worse. A change for which even Master Matoya could offer no explanation. She could only remind me that the soul is yet an unknown frontier, and that much and more lies beyond our ken. But let's not lose heart just yet. At times like these, it is all the more important that we remain positive. Why? I but this moment succeeded in quelling a fluctuation in Thancred's ether.
Thanks, because he passed out, too.
And while the others have weakened, they have remained relatively stable. I believe I may leave my post for a moment. So come, let me hear your tale outside.
It's just hard for her to be sad in that coat, honestly. Bella. Wait. What news from the first? I see. Work on the spirit vessel proceeds apace, but our friends begin to falter. As they themselves have observed, the link between body and soul has weakened. It's as simple as that. For now, I'm still able to quell the fluctuations in their ether, but it's only a matter of time. We'll lose them if we don't act soon. So if the Exarch is ready to attempt something, let him attempt it. As for the spirit vessel itself, if we seek to draw upon Allegan wisdom, we could do worse than consult an expert in the field. And I think I know just the man. Time being against us, it may be best if I go and solicit his aid in person, even if it does mean leaving my patients. Food for the soul. Could you spare a moment? While Kryle goes and finds this expert of hers, I mean. There's a gift I was hoping to send to our friends in the first, you see, and since we might be waiting a while, I wonder if you wouldn't mind giving me a hand with it. My first attempt turned out so well, so now I think I'm going to make it properly. I'll be in the kitchen at the House of Splendors. Meet me there. Well, I had better be off too. I shall see you soon, either here or at the house, depending on how our patients fare in my absence. She wants to send them some food? That's a roo. Ooh, look at all this food. This makes me want to snack even more. There you are. As I'm sure you guessed, the gift is a bit of home cooking. Unlike Kryle, I can't do much to help our friends directly, but that doesn't mean I've been idle. No, I've been doing my best for the Order, taking on this job and that to keep our coffers full. I've even helped out with the Ishgardian restoration. Tataru is over here keeping everything together. And in the course of all this, my culinary skills have come on quite a bit. So I thought, why not make something for our friends? It's baking in the oven even as we speak. Shouldn't be long now. This game is telling you to get a snack, right? That's what I'm saying. I probably will go get a snack here soon. There! Baked to perfection, even if I do say so myself. Bread? Tataru. It smells great. Doesn't it just? It's called Archon loaf, and in case you're wondering, and it's what they eat over in Charlian. Simple fare, I admit, but I thought it would remind our friends of home. If nothing else, Kryle tells me it's a good source of ether, so it should lend them a bit of strength at least. There truly is nothing like the smell of bread fresh from the oven. Kryle, and if it isn't Rambros too. Oh, Rambros. I trust you require no introductions either. Greetings, my friend. Full glad am I to see you well. I confess, I have a long list of questions to ask you, but I will endeavor to contain my curiosity for the present. I understand our mutual friend is struggling with the application of certain Allegan technologies. I have been keeping Rambros apprised of events in the first. Suffice it to say, he knows about the Exarch. If anyone alive can provide insight into this matter, it is him and his fellow sons. Loath as I am to disappoint you after so glowing an endorsement, memory transference was the sole province of Allegan royalty, its mechanisms closely guarded secrets. If any record of them remains, we have yet to find it. To wit, I regret that I can offer no solution to your problem. Which begs the question of why I bothered to come here, empty-handed as I am. The answer being, rather brazenly, to ask a favor. I would have you relay a message to our comrade. Tell him that we never doubted him. Oh, they're saying that to the Exarch, aren't they? Oh, this is for Graha. Never doubted that he would achieve everything he said he would. Those of us who remain behind have yet to play our part. But when the time comes, he may rest easy in the knowledge that we will most assuredly do so. And then the tower shall shine once more as a beacon of hope in this world and beyond. So tell him that we consider his duty done, and that he should follow his heart now. Forgive me, but do you say this to discourage him from overexerting himself, or to encourage him to hold nothing back? That is for our friend to decide, but Either way, I dare say a certain someone will be unimpressed. Well, there you have it. If you would be so good as to see Rambro's message and Tattaru's bread to their intended recipients, along with my report, of course. Cryle? Before I wrap the bread up, would you mind giving it a try? Just to make sure everything's as it should be? But of course! I'm always happy to lend my taste buds. Excuse me, Rambros. As a fellow Charlian, may I trouble you for your opinion? Well, I usually have mine with a good dollop of Roland Berry jam, but I suppose plain is best for sampling purposes. She just wanted to cook bread for everyone. Do I get the bread? I don't get to taste the bread? Oh no, is it that bad? It is indeed, Tataru. Dense and unpleasant, exactly as it should be. Haha, just so, the very taste of home. As you might expect, our countrymen have amassed a wealth of culinary wisdom from every corner of the world, but our native cuisine is, shall we say, a little lacking? In Charlian, the majority regard food as a source of nourishment rather than enjoyment. Save for those few who actually research the culinary arts, we pay little heed to the niceties of taste and texture. It was against such a gastronomic landscape that what is now called the Archon loaf was born, the creation of an Archon who devoted himself to the study of bodily sustenance. In order to maximize its nutritional value, he incorporated copious quantities of pulverized fish and vegetable matter into the dough, all with nary a care for those qualities which make bread enjoyable. The result is a flavor that continues to defy description. Yet for its many shortcomings, the bread's nutritional value cannot be denied, and being a damnably convenient way to cater to one's bodily needs, it quickly found an audience amongst busy scholars. Why, when I was a lad, nigh every meal was a sandwich made with this bread, and whatever ingredients happened to be on hand. Fish bread. Ingredients for fish bread. Huh. And I suspect just about every Archon could say the same. Having been away from home for so long, I thought it might have forgotten the taste, but no, it is all too familiar. How it takes me back. If there is enough, perhaps you can spare some for the Exarch. He is certain to appreciate it. Oh, there's plenty to go around. I'll be sure to wrap up an extra slice. When you deliver the loaf, please be sure to sub everyone my regards. Tell them we're doing everything we can and that we'll be praying for their safe return until the moment they get back. Here's your fish bread. Here, I brought you fish bread. Shiny boy. Welcome back, my friend. How was your journey? Here, Archon loaf. By the 12, Archon loaf. However did you come by this? I'd swear it had come straight from Charlian. Rambro said that, did he? Oh, his words are nearly as heavy as the bread, but I appreciate the sentiment. Should you have the chance, you may tell him that he needn't worry. That which I seek to do, I do of my own volition and with all my heart. In pursuing this path, I fully expect to earn the censure of our friends and to deserve it, but I shall forge on regardless. Forge on as you yourself did when faced with a similar predicament. So I ask that you have faith in me and what we do. But we were talking about your journey. Before the others arrive, I would hear how their bodies fare. Oh, and the bread I shall save for later. Though it has been many years, I have not forgotten the feats of mastication required to consume it, nor how unconducive they are to conversation.
Forgive the delay. We have visited every region and confirmed the presence of Ascians throughout the realm.
Lest a grave predicament be made to seem hopeless, it should be noted that they are of inferior rank. The black masked minions who answer to the red.
Well, there's only one red left, isn't there?
Yes, a gaggle of schemers attempting to exploit recent events to sow the seeds of petty conflict. Fortunately, nothing of any great concern has come of their meddling just yet.
We also encountered a number of the Crystarium's former defenders, busily solving this problem and that in a bid to become warriors of light.
Their zeal is to be applauded. It is but a pity I cannot encourage them on their cause.
Not knowing Elizabeth set them upon it, no. Both the troubles to be solved and the villains to be vanquished are his doing too, like as not. And so, with apologies to the aspiring warriors of light, I believe it best that we deal with the Ascians quickly and quietly.
I quite agree.
But tell us, what news from the source? How fare our bodies?
You're dying. Things have taken a turn for the worse, which I feel like they knew.
Oh dear. Then we must redouble our efforts. Not that we've ever stinted in that regard.
This would seem an appropriate moment to ask about the spirit vessel. Tell me you've made some progress.
We have, as it happens. One moment.
Oh.
Red stones. Then this doth mean...
For the benefit of all, permit us to explain. As you will recall, using white auracite as our starting point, we fashioned a vessel for mind and memory both. Yet, though it served this purpose admirably, the process of imbuing it with one's complete essence proved a somewhat thornier proposition. Simply put, the memory would not accompany the mind. And so, we looked to the Alligan's mastery of memory transference for a solution.
This approach was not without its own complications, however, relying as it does upon blood, which inanimate objects, notably, do not possess. We duly explored methods of suffusing the vessel with drops of the aforementioned. Alas, our painstaking experimentation succeeded only in making me feel faint, and singularly failed to imbue the crystal with the necessary properties. It was then that an idea occurred to me, namely that we might fuse the vessel not with normal blood, but with my crystallized essence.
Oh.
You're
So we're
doing this for our sakes. So far be it from us to complain.
Is that why he's turning into a crystal?
But don't think we haven't noticed what's happening to your arm.
It falls well short of offering up my life in exchange for yours, which was your only stipulated prohibition, as I recall. And it is but a small price to pay for delivering you home.
Assuming it works. We shall soon know if this grisly addition will serve as a suitable conduit for the subject's memory. Though not soon enough to warrant your waiting. The test is like to take a while.
Let us be off then. We have Ascians to attend to, among other things.
Forgive me, but I count 6 vessels, and there are only 5 of us.
What if the Crystal Exarch is coming with us?
Purposes. I will personally use it to see whether the crystal functions as it should.
And if it does, wouldn't that mean that your soul could also return to the source?
Do you want to return to the source?
In theory, at least. But there is a distinct difference between your circumstances and mine. While your corporeal forms want for souls, my past self does not. Mayhap our essences would blend, or mayhap they would curdle. There is no telling what might occur.
And you'd be willing to take that risk?
I would.
I see.
Alice. Man, we delivered you bread. Hast thou a moment? I would speak with thee on the matter of the Exarch's mooted return unto the source. Thou wilt have observed that our friend spake not in certainties, yet if Beg Luke hath the right of it, 'tis possible to predict the outcome of his plan with some confidence, and it is their assessment that, given the opportunity, the Exarch's soul should successfully merge with that of his younger self. Which is not to say the process is without complications. For one, the Exarch hath been subjected to an additional rejoining, an experience which will have wrought a change in his ethereal composition. As thou thyself didst demonstrate in merging with Ardbert, however, there existeth an affinity twixt like souls, and this doth give us cause to hope. I really, really want somebody else other than Urianger to explain things. Yet there remaineth one immutable condition upon which success doth hinge. The Exarch must needs recognize his past self as simply that, himself. As our recent travails have demonstrated, memories are essential to the soul. Any discrepancies in the former may feasibly cause the latter to spurn its former flesh. 'Tis a seemingly simple yet complex problem. For nigh on a century our friend hath striven only to deliver this realm, and to deliver thee. And to that singular end did he cast aside his very name, that he might assume the mantle of the Crystal Exarch. Henceforth none can say what choices our friends will make, but I thought it only right that thou be made aware of these truths. Right then, while the Exarch literally pours his own sweat and blood into his allotted task, it seems only fair that we attend to our own. Dealing with Elidibus and his minions. Just so, and there is one other matter. In light of our deteriorating health, Y'shtola should not be left alone at Anadir. Might I trouble you to visit her? See that all is well? I would go myself, but I think she might be safer in the hands of one less prone to collapsing. My thanks. You may leave the Ascians to us. Once they are out of the way, we will retire to Yulmore, and when Y'shtola has finished plumbing the depths, I'd like the two of you to join us there. If you are bound for Anadir, I suggest you go via Venmont Yards. Our friends there will be glad to provide a boat for you. Let us be on our way then. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Oh wait, I have a gift from you. I have a gift for you. It's bread. It's really bad bread. From Tataru, you say? Whatever could it be? Archon loaf? Why, even to hear the name doth transport me to times long past. Bread from another world? May I try some? You're gonna hate it. Mayest thou, child, thou must. That said, though I personally disagree with the consensus, I do nonetheless advise thee to temper thine expectations. Wiser words have never been uttered. Though it rarely darkened our dining table at home, I can attest that it was standard fare at the studium. Indeed, a slice was never far from our peers' hands. Alphino, you really are an unbearable snob sometimes. Do you know that? What I believe my colleagues are trying to say is that we appreciate the gesture. Tell Tataru we'll do our best to return before she's forced to seek further supplementary employment. Poor Tataru. Right. Let's really be off now. We can find a drink to wash down the bread on the way. Tataru's doing all the odd jobs to keep the scions together. Oh ho! If it ain't the Warrior of Darkness herself. What brings you to these parts? Heading out to sea, eh? But of course we'd be happy to help. Just say the word and I'll ready a boat. Anadir? Have I not been here before? I have been here. Oh god, he still is dead.
Excellent. I had intended to speak with you alone. None of my doing, lest you misunderstand. The link between her body and soul wavers. I know not what you hoped to find here, but it will avail you naught to learn of our past.
Why did she go alone? Knowing Elidibus is out there, doing Elidibus-y things. Reviewing the records again? Really? You worry too much, Elidibus. This dedication to your duty verges on excession. To think some thought you ill-suited for the role. How wrong they were. But come, turn your gaze outside the window, my friend. The rains have ceased and we have been graced with another beautiful day.
It fades. Fades away into oblivion. Does the world no longer have need of me? No. I am Elidibus, and I will fulfill my duty. Sundered though you may be, you fought for the world's salvation. For hope. Hope. Ah, it swells within me, empowers me. Now I may carry out my mission. And yet, why do I yearn for this? Why do I struggle so?
Where'd she go?
I shall take her into my safekeeping.
You took
If you want her
Ishtola?
back, you will do as I ask.
Oh, no.
Show me your strength. I would take your measure.
Well, I guess now we have to fight him. Come on, I fight you.
I have prepared a suitable arena. You need but ride the flow of ether.
Well, I guess now's when we kill Elidibus. Oh, it's a level sync? 490? I don't know what I have on right now. Hopefully enough to deal with a 490. You are familiar with this place, I believe. This remembered Amarat. Proceed to the capital. I shall return your comrade to you there. I tire of your games. I do. You know he wants to kill us. He already told us that he wants to kill us, so... Him being so nice... You speak as if you were disappointed in me. Why? I am your enemy and you mine. Our goals are in conflict and we are fated to clash. You who had slaughtered my people, who would tear down everything we have built. You do not deny it then. Very well. Let us change the cast of this trial. You will know what you have stolen from us. But do not imagine I crave remorse, only justice. Okay, I guess we fight. Let us begin. You? You need but defeat the enemies before you. These enemies? First, something easy, those whom a budding hero might encounter at the beginning of her tale. I believe I have the perfect subjects. Oh, these guys? East. Well, that's kind of fucked up. Let not their appearance stay your hand. Beneath the facade, they are merely monsters. Well, I guess I gotta take down Ishtola probably first, right? All too easy, I see, but at least you now understand the rules. Thus we will make our way to the capital. That appearances should unsettle you so. I was under the impression you simply destroyed all who barred your way, bearing nary a thought to the possibility that your foe could be someone's beloved. But come, we shouldn't dwell on the beginning when so much of your story awaits. Philia. Every tale requires villains. Defeat them and claim your place as a hero. Gaius, Nero. We've already defeated all of them, haven't we? Well done, Champion of Eorzea. Onward, over the bloodied bodies of the fallen. Tasted many sweet triumphs, yes, but so too did you taste bitter strategy. Who could forget the Crystal Braves, the idealistic, pathetic dream born from a malformed creature? Is that the Sultana? I don't even remember that story. It was only fake that she was poisoned, though.
Sloppy.
Oh. You remember we had to fight the person that does the thing that says sloppy? Who was that? I can't remember. It's Seedling! Hi, Seedling! Were you #1 Ace Attorney in Phoenix Wright in all of the Phoenix Wrights? How was the stream? Let your hatred burn and strike them down. It seems it will take more than those monsters to leave an impression upon you. Or mayhap you simply fail to understand my meaning. Not that it matters. No, I have dealt with countless heroes, and always it ends the same way. No amount of reasoning will bridge our differences, will result in happiness. It's grim. How very naive. If you are willing to compromise on your beliefs, you all but admit that they are flawed. And I assure you, I've no intention of compromising on mine. Come what may, I will fulfill my mission as Elidibus. But enough talk. It is not your assertions that I wish to know, but your strength. Falsely accused of regicide, you fled for the snow-swept fields of Corythus. Oh, right, after the Sultana. Had you and the Scions met your demise the day that, in the Sultanate, Lahabria, not only did you stubbornly live, you hurled yourself into the thick of the Dragon Song War. Sympathetic fight for sure, but also completely insane to think that genocide is a necessary means to it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I absolutely agree with that. I think it's just more that they're trying to bring an empathy to him. Especially now, because, you know, he's showing us all these people that we either love or we have killed. And he's trying to bring a humanity of, like, look at us and look at what we lost. But I do agree that it's like we should move on for the sake of everybody, because it's more than just, he is looking at it from himself, and he's looking at it from himself and just the Asians. Not looking at it from like the Asians and all of these other races of people that were spawned because of, like, his view is very selfish. You feel sorry for him, but his view is very selfish. Swept along by the tide of events, he pursued and slew those who sought to stop the ending conflict, right? Or was this a thirst for vengeance that drove you? King Thorndon! Oh, do you remember this fight? This is a trial. Ooh. It's like my favorite music. So Shadowbringers. Impossible! I'm beginning to limber up. Yeah, it's basically akin to a dream ending or a nightmare. Right, but like when these people, when you commit this genocide, these atrocities, like people are still feeling that. It's not like they just go away, like they suffer. You're making these people suffer. It's not like he's just gonna turn back time either. And he's gonna, and the Asians will know what had happened. It's not like, you know? Ooh, I didn't even see that.
I'll take you.
No more than they deserved, and then their hand of friendship was tainted with personal desire. Nidhogg? Who's Nidhogg? I don't know why he's telling us all about our own journey. You know what comes next? I put an end to the Dragonsong War. I did. There's so many Nidhoggs. And then there was Suyu. 1,000-year war is brought to its conclusion. As simple as that. There is only ever conflict. Oh, where are we going? The capital? How are you enjoying the walk down memory lane? I dare say there will have been a few individuals for whom you harbor deep feelings, whose passing caused you keenest grief. That is what our people are to us, an irreplaceable existence that can ill be lost. I will save them, for they are my... Draw your weapon. Huh, I think not, hero. Not yet. You must content yourself with the company of monsters a while longer. Emperor Solus had kindled an insatiable flame. Garlemald was its name. Raged across the land, consuming all in its path. Following the trail of ash, you set forth by Alamigo and Doma into a storm of blood called Stormblood. And Suyu. Again you fought, and again you grew stronger, so strong that we could no longer control you. Yours is a natural beastly strength, and we shall lay it bare. In order to gain foothold in the liberation effort, you journeyed to far eastern plains.
It's not enough! The sun cannot be extinguished.
Strong are drawn to the stronger, thus did you gather new allies to your banner. Is that Suyu? Yet where ardent souls gather, so too do fires burn. In this way did you consign those around you to the flames. Oh, Yugiri and Hein? Making me fight everybody. Ooh, I've been...
fail. Not again.
Aww. I liked you, Lord Hein, and I love you, Gary. I love her.
Forgive me.
You did not hesitate, or perhaps could not. No matter. Let us turn our attention to the finale. Hey, Spark, how are ya? Here we shall have a test between fellow beasts. It is only fitting, would you not agree? When I fought you in this flesh, 'twas I who triumphed. Will you turn the tables this time? Wait, what? Who is this? We fought before, Elidibus? Oh god. I don't know why I hit that. Didn't mean to. Having fish soup. Oh, that sounds good. We make a Filipino fish soup my mom makes, but with like milkfish and vinegar. So I do love a fish soup. What kind of fish soup is it? What do you put in it? Huh, my creation appears to have lost its form. It's no easy thing to see through the eyes of a beast such as him. In any event, there is only so much to be learned by taking your measures this way. Let us try something different. Come, we continue this within. It's smoked salmon. Got a bunch of jars from our relatives up north. Oh, that sounds good. Give me back Ishtola. An impressive show of strength, but surely no more than a foretaste of that which Emet-Selch's conqueror is capable. Such might requires a fair measure, to compare like with like, yes. I shall just have to test you myself. You're gonna make me fight Ardbert? Oh, come on. I don't want to fight Ardbert. That's why he took this form. Elidibus is a dick. It's a good sockeye salmon too. I hope you enjoy. What else is in it? Like fish and what else? Pork. Hey, Lusty Buns, how are ya? Scallops, potatoes, onions, carrots, corn, and shrimp. Oh, that sounds fantastic, honestly. Going up against a warrior in PvP as a dancer, we just dancing our little hearts out over here, noob. You'd kill me given the chance. Mayhap you think to recover this body? Oh god, oh god, oh god. I clicked off, I feel like. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this in time. I have stopped to deal with one raid. Did I do anything else? Why is it taking so long? Oh god. Oh god. We are up against time, boys. I'm a different beast from when I faced your creations. I'm a beast. And is it? Oh god. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh. X potion? X potion. Oh well. Oops. Alright, we're almost there. Should be okay, hopefully. Maybe. Guess we'll find out. Is it? Where'd he go? Oh. Oh, I did it! Oh goodness, I didn't even realize that I did it. Yay!
You have grown stronger since last we fought.
Yeah, that's how we beat Emmett Silk.
The result of your trials in the first, no doubt.
Have you finished?
It's Y'shtola!
My apologies. I freed myself as soon as I awoke. But rather too late, I see. Now, Elidibus, if you have ceased trading blows, I would trade words with you. I have a theory, you see. One concerning that which you seek to accomplish. It stems from who, or rather what, you truly are. A primal.
Elidibus is a primal?
The ancients created Zodiac to deliver the star from destruction. If the magic that brought him forth is the precursor of what we know as summoning, then Zodiac would have been instilled with a presiding desire. I found it among the records at Anida, and it came as no surprise. Were I faced with the world's destruction, I too would wish for the same. Salvation. I know that you sacrificed yourself to become Zodiac's heart.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
How you came to be separated from him is less clear. But if you are a fragment of his being, it stands to reason a desire for the world's salvation would drive you.
So he's part of Zodiac?
And thus did you seek to inspire the masses to rise up as warriors of light, going so far as to use Ardbert as a symbol of hope.
Correct on all counts. Such is my nature, and such are my methods. I have aided heroes. I have made them. I have even become them. This served not only to strengthen me, but also to facilitate the work of my brothers, such as Emmett Selk, with his penchant for nation building.
Penchant.
Then you will be all too familiar with the fickleness of mankind. We change, we forget, and what little we do remember becomes twisted and fragmented over time. For which reason, you deem us unfit to carry on your legacy. But are you, yourself, free of these foibles? As the last witness of the final days, do you remember everything that was lost? Or even the things you cared about?
Get to the point.
A primal is shaped by the hope that fuels it. Even should this hope be something as simple as the world's salvation, it is the collective desire of innumerable disparate souls crying out for deliverance. Having drawn your strength from such a cacophony of voices, can you truly be sure you still speak with your own?
Your
no, it's not.
question is irrelevant. No matter how much I should change, no matter how much I should forget, I shall ever remember my duty. At times I stand with my brethren. At times I stand against them. All that I might steer mankind and the very star upon their true course.
And what is that true course?
For Elidibus is my name and my mission, guiding my every deed. But enough talk. You have shown me sufficient proof of your might. As I am now, I would struggle to defeat you. Yet I have still to play all of my cards. If I could offer you some semblance of sport, your lessers would pose no threat to me. Would you not agree, warrior of darkness?
Okay, glad you're better, Ishola. It has been an eventful morning, if indeed it is morning. I've no idea how long I was unconscious. Regardless, I am gratified to see that my efforts at Anidar have borne fruit. We have confirmed the nature of our foe and his plot. Now then, what news from the surface? I see. Then let us make for Yulmur at once. We have much to share with our comrades. Elidibus's parting threat not least of all. Ah, but forgive me. It would seem my belongings did not accompany me here. I need to retrieve them from Anidar. With luck, the ethereal stream you traversed still lingers. I won't be long.